welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Joyce, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about my labour and delivery story. It's been a while, so I can't really remember exactly everything that went on whilst I was in labour. Therefore, I've got my boyfriend in the background just helping me a little bit, guiding me, because I'm not going to lie, I was a bit drugged up. Okay, so first of all, guys, yeah, the craziest thing is, when I was having contractions, I did not know that I was having contractions. So on the day that I was having contractions, I was at my mum's. I was even getting my hair done. I was getting my K-Rose done for my labour and delivery. Like, literally, I was in pain, but the pain wasn't like intense. It wasn't like, you know, how they say the pain's going to be when you're having contractions. Because when you're like pregnant, they're always like, you're going to know when you're having contractions. It hurts. It's worse than period pains. Like, you'll just know. But I didn't know. Like, my contractions kind of felt like period pains, like just minor little cramps. And because like during my pregnancy I was having like minor cramps anyways, like my stomach, like my lower stomach was like hurting, I just thought, you know what, it's the same thing, it's not that deep, I'm not having contractions, I've just got a little bit of pain. Not knowing that I was having full on contractions for that whole day. And I think that was a Thursday. So yeah, I'm there getting my hair done. I'm telling my mum and my sister I'm in pain, and they're both like, no, like when you've got contractions, you'll know. Everyone's like, you'll know it's not contractions. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get my hair done. I go home. That night, I'm still in pain. I don't know what happened after that. I think the next day, was it the next day or the same night? The next day, because it was a Thursday. Yeah, I was still in pain, but I was still going places. Like, I don't know where we were going. I can't remember, but I was still like traveling places and like going out and stuff. And then that night, I think it was that night, I don't know roughly, I can't remember times, and guys, I'm so sorry, guys. But like the pains were more severe. Like, it was just, it was still not like pain where I'm like dying. Not dying, I know that's a bit dramatic, but you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like it was uncontrollable. I felt like I could still firm it. So I'm not sleeping there. My stomach's hurting. And I'm like to my boyfriend, like, babe, my stomach really hurts. And he's like, okay, let's go to the hospital. Let's go to the hospital. I'm like, no, I'm trying to find. One thing about me, yeah, I am not going to the hospital until it's unbearable. Like, I'm the type of person, I will firm it until I basically can't physically walk, which is really bad. I shouldn't do that. As soon as I'm in pain, I should really go to the hospital. But in my head, I was thinking, I don't want to go to the hospital and then get turned away, because I always hear like pregnant women and they're going to the hospital. They're like, oh, you're only 2 centimeters dilated, so you have to go back home. And that's something that happened to my sister. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. I need to make sure that I'm basically in labour before I go to the hospital. Like, it was one of them ones. And basically, I was just like to him, no, I'm fine. I confirm the pain, even though it was like hurting, like a little bit more than the night before and the day before. Sorry, it was hurting a little bit more, but I could still firm it. So now I'm trying to get some rest, but the pain would not let me sleep. So now I'm thinking, okay, cool. This is a bit different. This pain's a bit different. Like, I can't sleep. I'm twisting and turning. I can't sleep. My boyfriend's like, let's go to the hospital. Let's go to the hospital. I'm like, no, being stubborn as I am, no, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm not going to the hospital. I'm like, babe, just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Get some rest. You need to rest. Go to sleep. And I felt so bad, yeah, because literally after that, he falls asleep. And literally, I don't even think it was about, was it like 10, 20 minutes? I think it was about like 10, 20 minutes. I'm like, babe, wake up, we need to go to the hospital. I'm done, I'm bare laughing. Anyways, and I felt so bad because I literally forced him to go to bed when he was ready to go to hospital. So he was like, are you seriously going to go to the hospital? Because I'm not going to go back to sleep and then get back up. And I'm like, no, I need to go to the hospital. So then we got ready. Luckily, everything was packed. Everything was like under the stairs. We was ready to go. We went. So I was thinking in my head, I'm going to get turned back. I'm going to get turned back. I just didn't believe that I was in labour, basically. Because I felt like even though I was in more pain than before, I still didn't feel like it was enough to go into labour, if that makes sense, guys. So basically, we went to the hospital, and then I think you have to go to like some triage days, I can't remember. And because I did have high blood pressure when I was pregnant, yeah, basically I was being seen like a lot more than like other pregnant women. Like, I had more scans than other pregnant women, and he was basically born during COVID times, but COVID was like easing. So when I went in, it was like my boyfriend was not allowed in with me. Like, I had to go in by myself. Bearing in mind, it's my first pregnancy. I'm scared. I want him there. Like, I just need him to be glued to me at this point. Like, I did not want him to leave me. So when we went there, they were like, "Oh, sorry, only you can go in here, stay in the waiting room." My heart drops because I'm like, if anything happens to me, no one is by my side right now. My boyfriend's not there, my mom's not there, no one's there. Like, I'm by myself, yeah. So I'm just like, okay, I've got this. I walked in, they checked me or whatever, and basically, I think at the time when I went in, I was only 2 centimeters dilated, and in my head, I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna send me home. Like, this is all for no reason in my head. I even texted my boyfriend going, oh, they're gonna probably send me home. Like, I'm only 2 centimeters dilated. I don't think like I'm gonna give birth today, sort of thing. Then I was like getting checks done, whatever. They checked my belly, they checked my like high blood pressure, everything was fine. And they were like, "Has your mucus plug come out?" And I was like, "What the hell?" So obviously my sister was telling me like what the mucus plug is and how it looked, but I've never seen it in person, so I didn't know. I was like, "I don't think so, no, blah blah blah." They're like, "Oh yeah, it hasn't come out yet." They checked me and they was like, "Yeah, it hasn't come out, whatever." And then the woman basically put her 2 fingers in my vagina and she like twisted it. And like soon after that, my mucus plug came out, and I was like, "I swear that means that you're in labour." Like, that's what I thought at the time. And then I was like to my sister, I know this is so gross, guys, but because I wasn't sure and I didn't want to ask the midwife, I basically took a picture of it and sent it to my sister and was like, "Is this what it is?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is." So I was kind of excited because I kind of felt like now that it's come out, the baby's coming. Like, I was just ready for her to come. I wasn't trying to come in and out of hospital. I was scared though, but at the same time, I was just like, "Do you know what? This baby needs to come today because I'm not coming into the hospital to then get sent back home to come back. Plus, we've got all the bags in the car." I was like, today has to be the day, even though I was shitting myself, yeah. So yeah. After they obviously, I came out and I was like to the midwife or nurse, whoever it was. I was like, "Oh, I think my mucus plug has come out." And she was like, "Yeah, your 2 centimeters, we're gonna keep you in." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, my head, I was just like, "What?" And then I texted my boyfriend like, "We're not going, we're staying. Like, I think I'm gonna give birth today," sort of thing. And I was so excited because I thought like I was actually gonna give birth on that day. Little did I know, guys, I'm gonna get into it. Little did I know. So I'm so excited, like, she's coming, yes, in my head, even though I was still shitting myself. I was really, really excited. And then what happened? I can't remember what happened after that. Right, and then after like a while, after a few checks and everything, I got sent to room number 1. So room number 1 was actually quite cute, innit? Like, they were really nice. I got like a bed, and then at that stage, let me just tell you guys, that was like the fun stage of like the labour and delivery kind of process. I feel like that was like the exciting bit. We were just chilling, we were happy, we were like, "She's coming today," yeah, we were so excited. But then my boyfriend was really tired as well, which was quite sad, but you know, we were still excited to have her. We were doing videos, it was like creating memories in the room. And then there was one nurse or midwife that came in and was like, "Oh, do you want gas in there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was so excited to have this gas in there because obviously everyone speaks about gas in there and the effects. Like, both of my older sisters, like when they had their kids, when they had gas in there, they felt sick from it. But me, obviously I'm different and I didn't feel sick. I was just going having the time of my life. Literally, it was so sick, yeah, and I was laughing. And then like I was like to my boyfriend, "Look, have some." And then like obviously was paranoid about the nurses coming in, so we were doing it bare sly, and it was just, yeah, it was just so fun. Getting all these foods coming in and stuff. Yeah, and it was just really fun in that room. And that was like the fun process, the fun part. I was thinking, "Oh my god, like, this is great. I'm gonna have a great pregnancy. Like, yes, I'm having the time of my life in this room." And then we got moved to like, it wasn't a room, it was like a ward. And like they closed the curtains and there's like other women in like You know what I mean, guys? Yeah, right. So then we went there, and there was a midwife that I really liked. She was like a Jewish lady, and I will never forget her. She was just so kind, innit, babe? Like, she was so kind. And she was like, you seem very strong. I don't know why she said that. I can't remember. Why did she say that? What did I do? I remember she was like, you seem very strong. You can go into the birthing centre. Oh, right, yeah. Because I was active and stuff, she was just like, you seem really strong. And by the way, like, you know how, like, guys, look at this. My lip gloss. You know, like, how you write like a birthing plan. I didn't really have one. All I knew was that I didn't want to have a C-section. I didn't have a birthing plan. I didn't say I particularly want a water birth. I kind of just wanted to have a natural birth. I didn't think about water. Like, my birthing plan was just to come out of the hospital with my baby safe and sound. Like, I didn't want to have a C-section. That's the only thing I didn't want. Like, I didn't mind having an epidural, all these other things I didn't mind. It was just having a C-section, which was something I did not want, right? So when I was in this ward, like, the lady was really nice. In that ward was also the fun process where me and Bay, like, when the nurses left, we were sneaking. He was in the gas in there. I don't know if I'm gonna insert clips in this video or not. I might insert clips just to make it a bit fun so you guys can kind of see, like, the process. I'm not, yeah. To be fair, I should have said that a bit earlier because I could have just added. Do you know what? I'll still add it now and then, like, you can kind of see the first room. So I'll show the first room now.
She's high. That's why you're dumb.
And then I'll show you, like, the second.
First time eating hospital food and that?
Yeah. Now I am high off painkiller. I don't know what it is. And I'm eating hospital food.
Oh, dry, that chicken is.
It's dry.
You didn't even try the chicken. Why don't you use a knife?
Bon appétit. I should have made this chicken. This is comfy. This is dead. Oh.
I told you hospital food is dead. You need to make sure mum brings you food when she's coming.
And then I also got the ball that you can bounce on. But the ward thing was kind of small, so it was a bit tight in there. It wasn't as nice as having the room that I had by myself earlier. Like, before that, sorry. So yeah, that was fun. That was really good. And they basically told me, do you know what, we think you can have a water birth. So I was even more excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have the best pregnancy ever. This is going to be lit. Like, I'm going in the water. Because everyone always says that water birth is easier. So I was really excited for that. And then, yeah, we got moved to, and I think this is where it gets a bit blurry, guys. I'm not going to lie. And then we moved to the third room now, and that's where the birthing suite, I think I'm going to put the video of the birthing suite as well, which was really nice. It was really huge.
Yeah.
I remember this midwife in particular because throughout my labour when I was pushing, right, her voice was constantly in my head, and it got me through it. Like I know I'm literally like hearing her voice. Her voice was so soothing. Oh my God, guys! Like, honestly speaking, her voice got me through my labour, and it's mad because she was like one of the midwives in the third room, and she wasn't there during like when I was actually giving birth. If you hear my baby in the background, she's literally just waking up from her nap, guys. So I'm sorry. But yeah, so yeah, this is the third room now, and this is where the real pain and labour start.
high as a kite. Right now we're getting ready. Just gonna have the water there. Water's loading. How you feeling? Done. To be fair, she's high. She's been high for the past 2-3 hours.
Flying. I'm so high. So high. You know that feeling?
It's fly, not high. So you know you're Alright, say bye to the camera.
In this third room, I was told, well, I wasn't told because I was drugged up by then, but one of the midwives basically said that I was 3 centimeters dilated before that, right? Or in that room. In the room, the midwife said I was 3 centimeters dilated, which basically means that I'm like 1 centimeter more than I was before when I actually went into the hospital. And they thought things were going to be moving smoothly. So I'm going through my pains. They put me in the water. I'm going through it. I'm going to insert clips. Yes, we got this. Yes, I've got this. I was so strong. One thing about me, yeah, I don't know how I did it. Like, it was all God. I'm telling you, God was by my side. Like, and obviously having my boyfriend there was great. Like, it was just like, you know, like I was okay in that room. The water was helping me. Everything. Hi, Baba. That nap was not long. But anyways, yeah. So the water, yeah, going through it, and then my mother-in-law came in. It's like so supportive. I was in there for time, innit? I was in that room for 1 day, and this baby was not coming. Like, one whole day, she wasn't coming. Then I was checked, again in the third room because obviously nothing was progressing. And then they hand broke my water, so my water didn't break on its own. They broke it for me. To be fair, I remember them doing it, but all I felt was a gush, like it was like, shh. But it didn't hurt. People say it hurts. Maybe it's just me, innit? But these things didn't really hurt me. Maybe it's because I get really bad period pains, and for that reason, like contractions and all these things that weren't that painful. Or they moved me after they broke my waters. They checked me again, basically saying that I've gone up. I swear it was 7 centimeters. That I've gone up to 7 centimeters, right? So they moved me to the labour ward because that basically means that I'm about to give birth soon, like, because, you know, it's coming. Like, then when I went to the labour ward now, imagine, guys, I'm not drugged up. I don't know what they gave me. I can't remember, but all I know is that I'm drugged up, yeah. All I remember is that I think my boyfriend said how apparently I wasn't actually 7 centimeters dilated. Can you imagine? So I don't know what this midwife was doing. I don't know if she probably just didn't check me properly and she made a mistake, right? So I went back. I was still 3 centimeters dilated. I was getting contractions, but whilst I was getting contractions, my daughter basically wasn't moving. So I'm getting contractions, but she's not moving, and I'm in pain for basically no reason because she's not trying to move. So basically, the doctors are now checking me or whatever, and because I'm having contractions and I had high blood pressure at the time, like my blood pressure was rising, my baby's heartbeat was getting higher as well, and it just became a nightmare. So like I think doctors and midwives and nurses and everyone just started panicking a little bit because obviously I've been in the same position for hours. It's now like the second day. It's like day 2, literally. I'm still in labour, right? Some people are so lucky to have only 1 day in labour when they go home, by the way. I'm just saying, if that was you, you're really, really lucky. So yes, day 2. Bearing in mind, I still haven't slept. So it's been 2 days I haven't slept. I've just been on, literally pain relief. I know they gave me some injection thing for some pain relief on my thigh, but I can't remember what it was called, but that helped me quite a lot. And I had gas and air for 2 days straight before I even got the epidural. So I'm proud of myself. I have to always say that because I'm very proud of myself. So 2 days I didn't have He's tired. I feel so bad for him. He hasn't eaten nothing. My mum's here as well at this point, and everyone's just like, when is this baby coming? Literally, I was so tired. It's unbelievable, literally. And then I think it just dragged a bit to the point where everyone was just getting more concerned. And then what happened was, this girl, this cheeky girl, decided she was head down throughout the whole pregnancy, and then last minute, do you know what she wants to do? She wants to turn like this, like literally like that. So now she's like that, and she's stuck. So when I'm having contractions, she's literally not even moving. Like, she's not moving. So then that's when high blood pressure's going up, her heart rate's going up, everything is just getting a bit, everyone starts kind of panicking a little bit. All I hear whilst I'm on these pain relief, whilst I'm having my gas in there, is midwives and nurses just chattering in the corner, whispering. I'm looking at my boyfriend like, what's going on, yeah? But obviously, because I'm drugged up, I'm not really like aware too much. I'm just kind of trying to get through my contractions. So then what happened was, because there was a concern and they kept coming in and checking, and like baby's heart rate kept going up and down, they called in like doctors, and there was this one Indian doctor that was basically like, you know what, you need to have a C-section, basically, because I think he thought that this baby's not going to come out, because now it's like 3 days in it, 3 days in labour. Yeah, and then this is where it gets a bit crazy, because I'm now 3 days in labour. I'm like trying my hardest to try to get this baby out. Like, I can't do anything because obviously she's now moved her position. And this Indian doctor, who I call the witch, right, guys, I know, he's a witch because he did not care about me at all. Like, he was just focused on getting the baby out. So he's like, C-section, C-section, C-section. My mum and my boyfriend are like, that's not happening. Like, there's no C-section that's happening today. Like, I know some people like C-sections and they feel like, you know what, it's what they prefer. That's fine for you guys. But for me personally, that's something I've never wanted. Something I never want with any of my children. Like, for me, it was not an option. And this guy did not care about me at all. He just cared about the baby. He even said that, which my boyfriend heard. And it was like, he just didn't give a fuck about me, basically. Don't mean to swear, but sorry, like, yeah, he didn't care. He was just trying to get the baby out. He didn't care whether it was life or death. He's like, you just need to get the baby out. They was obviously had to ask, like, my boyfriend and my mum, like, what they wanted, sort of thing. And they kind of said that the last resort was basically a C-section if there was anything that can be done. And then the angel doctor came in. I'll never forget his name. Sorry, I always have to say this. Dr. Dan. He came in and he helped us so much because he just knew that we didn't want a C-section. So he was like basically telling us the other options. And obviously, like, my boyfriend agreed to the other option, which was having the hormones, like a hormone thing. I don't know what it's called, but they gave me hormones, which basically will help her move around a bit, basically. And it helps soften my cervix, basically, so that she can kind of move around. However, it was a thing where he said, if this hormone doesn't work, because some babies don't like the hormone, if it doesn't work and he comes back and she hasn't moved and her head is not down, straight C-section. In my head, I'm thinking, Jesus, I am going to die today. I'm looking at my boyfriend like, I don't want a C-section. I had tears. I just didn't want a C-section at all. My mum and my boyfriend are really positive, supportive. They're like, it's okay. But obviously they're still panicking because anyone will panic. Like, you just want your partner, your child to just have like a calm birth, no complications, no nothing. Do you know what I mean? So in my head, it was basically from then a waiting game. We just had to wait because they gave me the hormones and they basically said, we have to wait until this time. I'm not going to say the time, but until this time. And if she's not down by this time, that's it. Straight C-section. I'm thinking, Jesus. Right. Cool. So I'm still in pain now. And whilst we're waiting, I've decided to get an epidural because now I'm in like labor, like I'm in pain and I can't However, guys, during this epidural, yeah, luckily I was drugged up, because if I was not, I would have started cussing, but obviously I'm in pain, so I probably wouldn't even cuss yet. There was one doctor that done my epidural, how many times, babe? 4 times. No, guys, are you deep in it? 4 times in the same spot. This guy wants to kill me. Like, he even tried to move it, like, underneath, and he missed it. Yeah, apparently there's like a spot in the spine that you have to get, and he just couldn't get it. And he kept doing it. He done it 4 times, guys. 4 times. And you know they tell you, like, when you have an epidural, you can become paralyzed. So now my boyfriend's freaking out because this guy is not doing his job right. Like, what are you doing? Like, he was fuming. So he asked for someone else to come in, because I'm not gonna lie, it's like, what the hell? Why are you not doing it correctly? And I'm just sitting there like, to be fair, I do remember like them putting it in, because I remember like the after pain. I could feel the holes in my back. It was so weird. But yeah, anyways, my boyfriend was literally gonna start fuming, and like, I don't know what happened in the background, but he was like so vexed then. So they got another doctor to come in, and when that doctor came in, he literally done it in one go. So now I've got basically 5 holes in my back, because people don't know how to do their job. Like, I don't understand why people have a job role that they can't fulfill. Like, why are you not doing it correctly? And that actually affected me, I'm not gonna lie. I am gonna do another video of like how I felt after my labour and delivery, but I'll talk about that in a different video. But yeah, so at least that was done. After that, I just relaxed. I swear to God, epidural was the best thing that happened to me on that day. I was so relaxed. I even slept like a baby. After 2 days of not sleeping, I finally slept. But you know why I am actually cute? Because even before that point, yeah, my boyfriend, I was still concerned about him, to the point the midwives and nurses were like, oh my God, you're so cute. Because I'm like, babe, you need to eat. You need to eat. You need to sleep. I was so concerned, because it was like, if we're both in this, you know, what's the word? If we're both in this state and we're both tired and we're both knackered, like, it's just not good for both of us to be like that. So I was like, he needs to get some sleep so that he's strong enough for me for when this baby comes. Even though he was still going to be strong regardless, but you know, once the baby comes and you go home, there's no rest happening, especially with a newborn baby. So I was just like, he needs to have energy. He needs to eat. I don't want him to be weak. Do you know what I mean? So I was just so concerned about him. But yeah, so then after that, I was relaxed, and then I think it was really straightforward after that. So there was a bit of complications, but then Dr. Dan, my angel doctor, came in, and he was like, right, it's time. At this point, I had already napped. I'm awake. My mum's awake. My boyfriend's awake. And he basically goes, I'm going to check you now. My heart, everyone's heart was just like, oh. It was literally like a death to me, basically. Basically, he came back, and he was like, okay, cool. So we're going to check you. If she hasn't moved, it's C-section. If she moves, all you need to do is basically push. So this is also the 3rd day of labour in the morning. I'm not saying times, but it was the 3rd day of labour in the morning. In my head, I'm thinking, I started praying. I'm like, Jesus, like, God help me. Like, I just pray that this baby comes out safe, sound. I don't need to have no C-section. I just have this baby and I go home. That's all I pray for. 3 days of labour, guys. 3 days. Nah, I said this baby needs to come out now. So now, remember, he told me to put my legs up. I remember putting my legs up. He checks me, and he was like, I can feel the head. And it's crazy, because when he done that, I could feel the head. And the tears that just filled my eyes, because everyone was so happy. Dr. Dan was happy, my boyfriend was happy, my mum, everyone was just so happy. Like, it was just, yeah, everyone was just so happy. It was the best moment of my life, like, literally. And then they were like, okay, you ready to push? And I was like, oh, my days of time has come. And I thought the pushing was going to be the hardest, but for me, it wasn't actually that hard. But yeah, I just started pushing. It was hard, actually. It wasn't as easy as as hard as I thought it would be, but it was still hard. I just started pushing like, everyone. And I don't know where all these doctors and midwives came from, yeah? But there were hella people in my room. Like, I just opened my eyes and I saw bare people. And I'm there. is mad. And I'm just pushing. And I literally pushed for 30 minutes in it. Just under 30 minutes. Like 25 minutes. Pushing. And she just comes out.
Hallelujah. My good girl. My good girl. My good girl. Thank you. Thank you.
I was so happy. She just came out and she was healthy. Yeah. That's crazy. Like, that's literally my labour and delivery. So grateful for having Dr. Dan in that room, because if he was not there, I would have been under the knife, honestly. And it just shows that some doctors are just so impatient, or they just want to get stuff done quickly instead of waiting, instead of giving you different options. And I was just so grateful for that doctor, and I had some lovely midwives that I will never forget that helped me. And yeah, I'm just grateful for like the support I had, my boyfriend, my mom, my mother-in-law, like everyone that was there was just so supportive. That's my labour and delivery story. It was very up and down, and I wouldn't have changed anything because she's here with me now. But you know, another thing, guys, that I feel like is mad, because you kind of forget the pain. I understand why people have more children. Like, I really get it, because it's like, after a while you don't remember the pain like that, so it's like you're happy to do it again because you get this amazing gift from God, and it's like you just want more, literally. But yeah, so that was my labour and delivery story. I'm so glad my boyfriend was there and he was sticking it on doctors and nurses and all these people, because I was not able to do that. Like, and I honestly credit like women that don't have partners there, that don't have their parents there, that don't have a support system there, doing it. Honestly, well done to you guys, because I don't know what I would have done if I had no one there, especially like my partner, like, and my mum. Like, I don't know what I would have done without them. Like, they literally were so strong and they kept me going. They were so positive. Like, even though they were so scared, yeah, I couldn't even see in their face that they were scared. Like, do you know how mad that is? So because they were so calm, I became calm. Like, I didn't panic. And I feel like if they were panicking, then I would have panicked, sort of thing. But they were so calm. And then when the baby was born, my mum and her dramatic self always plays Congolese gospel music and starts dancing around the hospital room. And the doctors are there joining her, like, yeah, this music is nice. But she always does that, bless her. She was just so happy. She fell to her knee. And you know what the maddest part is, yeah? Like, obviously I had epidural, so my legs were very numb. If you've had epidural, you'll know. If you haven't, like, epidural takes away the pain, but like aftermath is a lot, which I'll talk about in another video. But I was really numb, and obviously I haven't showered. I know this sounds so gross, yeah, but when you're in labour, you don't think about these things. You're just thinking about getting your baby out. You're in so much pain. You're literally bed bound. You don't have the time to shower. So the only time I was able to shower was after I had her, and my boyfriend, God bless him, he helped me shower. And so many men wouldn't do that, but I feel like if you're out there and you're a man watching this, like, these are the little things that your partner needs, and it really makes a difference. Like, I'm so grateful that my birth went well, even though it was an up and down, and you know, only we know the extent that what we had to go through, basically. But we're here now. You can hear her in the back. She's grown beautifully. We did it. I'm here. I still need to lose a little bit of baby fat, but we're here now, and I'm just so grateful for my family. And yeah, that's my labour and delivery story. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. My next video will most likely be the aftermath of like how I felt after I gave birth, and like, yeah, how that was. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Bye guys.